Now time for Who Owns Kenya, and this week we focus on East African Cables, the region's leading manufacturer of cables and electronic inputs. Now the company was founded in 1966 as part of Delta Electric. In the year 2000, local business magnate Naushad Merali, you're familiar with that name, bought out Delta Electric, becoming the majority shareholder in the company. The deal, valued at 104 million Kenya shillings, saw Merali acquire a 75% stake in the company. However, the country was going through a recession that saw the company's profits dip, making East African Cables unattractive to the Samir group of companies at the time. So in 2004, Merali sold off his 75% stake in East Africa Cables to Cables Holdings Kenya, a subsidiary of local investment firm Trans-Century Limited, for 230 million Kenya shillings. Now, Cable Holdings Kenya was a joint venture between Trans-Century, which owns 94.8% of Cable Holdings and venture capital fund Oreos East Africa. An Oreos East Africa venture capital firm is one that was set up by the IMF, Norfund and PTA Bank. Now things have, however, since shaped up for East African Cables, which in 2005 acquired 51% of East African Cables Tanzania, expanding its dominance across the East African region. East African Cables is currently valued at over 8 billion Kenya shillings, which means that Trans-Century's 75% stake is valued at close to 6 billion shillings. Now, Trans-Century through Cable Holdings has, however, since diluted its shareholding in East African Cables to 68.38%. The stake is expected to be diluted further through a share swap with its partner Oreos, in which Cable Holdings will sell off some of its shares in East African Cables to enable the venture capital firm to exit from the partnership. Today, East African Cables owns 3 cable manufacturing factories, 2 in Kenya and 1 through its Tanzanian subsidiary. The company has operations in Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, Ethiopia and the Democratic Republic of Congo as well. Now last year the company generated over 1 billion shillings in revenue, posting a profit of over 4 billion shillings, posting a profit of over 775 million Kenya shillings. So to the big question, who owns East African Cables, which is listed on the Nairobi Securities Exchange? Let's take a look at the list for you. And there you have it. We mentioned them. Cable Holdings Limited, which holds 68.38%. Next is Z Holdings Limited with 1.67%, and an individual, Ali Mohammed Adam, 1.52% is his stake. The Jubilee Insurance owns 0.9%, and Abdul Rahman Juma 0.74%.